Let's go. What's happening, beautiful people? Let's go. It is Monday morning, 8 o'clock on the East Coast, 5 on the West Coast, and it is on and popping. It is on and popping. My glasses dirty as hell. What's happening? We're going to let this room fill up. Buenos dias, Patrice. Buenos dias. Ooh, what a long weekend. What's happening? What's happening? Let's get them likes going. Let's get them likes going. Let's get them likes going. Make sure you like the live. Make sure you share the live. Make sure you invite someone to the live, or just click the thumbs up, beautiful people. Just click the thumbs up. The thumbs up will be greatly appreciated. I've had a hell of a weekend. I hope you guys did too. Let me straighten my little system out. There we go. What's up, beautiful? Buenos dias. Good morning. What's up, Leslie? Eliana. What's happening? AKA Elena. Extraño. What's up, BRX? What up, B-Dub? What's happening, Hitter? Trina, what's happening? Yo, Steph, what's popping? Good morning. What's popping? I hope y'all had an amazing weekend. This mindset is going to be extremely powerful. It's going to be extremely powerful because I'm going to be speaking once again from my heart. I'm going to be speaking something that I'm doing to myself that I think everybody will literally truly benefit. And what triggered it is the things I'm literally going through with actual Genesis and just in my personal life right now. And I want to say, like, what caused the title of this live is correcting and perfecting. And everybody knows I'm on my journey of creating a better relationship with God and starting a better journey with prayer, asking God to lead me. So this is going to be more of a challenging mindset, meaning we're going to lead this mindset with a 30-day challenge. It's going to be like a 30-day boot camp. Y'all with that? Put some fire in the chat if y'all with that. Put some fire in the chat if y'all with that. Let me say that again. This is going to be more of a get right mindset of correcting and perfecting. And we're going to leave this live with the 30-day boot camp. And I challenge you to do what's right. This is what this is about today. Correcting and perfecting. I'm challenging everybody that is going to join this live today to do what's right. And this is what hit me when I was on the plane last night, because I flew in from Chicago last night. And I was just thinking, like, what is truly hindering, like, most people in elevating? And what I started realizing, what hinders my growth is when I create self-inflicted storms versus allowing God to create the storm for me to take me into a place where I probably naturally would not go because of the comfortability where I'm at right now. Let me say that again. I suffer from self-inflicted storms from not doing what is right versus God-inflicted storms, creating them for the simple fact, knowing that I won't go there because of the actual comfortability of where I'm at right now. So I know so many people can reflect to that, can also understand that you're going through the exact same thing. So I started asking myself, like, so what is right? Yes, complacence. Yes. What is right? What is right? So can we all agree that this is an industry that will truly break you? It will break you down, especially on those bad days. It will put some eights in the chat. The bad days in this particular industry will truly break you down. It will bring you to tears. It will shake your voice. I've had so many moments. I've had so many moments where the day was so bad or the moment was so bad that the voice is shaking. I've had days where I've called Keith and I'm just like, man, I'm just so yeah. You can't even talk. You're not crying, but you can't talk. Put some eights in the chat if you've dealt with that. You can't talk. See what happened was I was in the trade and I just wanted to press the buy button, and when I pressed the sell button instead of the buy button, it just I don't know what's just going on. How many people know that voice? You're talking to your friends, you're talking to people who don't understand. These are self-inflicted things. Did you know if you did exactly what you said you was going to do in your trading routine, if you followed your trading routine to the T, you will have so many less storms that you self-inflicted, meaning you will give back less profits at the end of the week than you would if you were just following your system. Do you start understanding when you start getting against your system, you start getting against the actual will of what you're trying to manifest? Did you know God gives us the ability to manifest anything? Do you know how powerful the human brain is? Listen, I don't know if you guys don't know this, but I've been doing a lot of little basic research on just habits. And did you know how powerful the human brain is, that we have the power to literally make a single decision that can change our total trajectory of what we got going on in our life? It is so powerful. It is so powerful. And I started thinking, I said, it's just the thought that we're missing that is going to change the trading routine and the mistakes that you're making to be the profitable trader. Atomic habits, yeah. I'm telling you, it's literally the mindset. And you don't even have to be in the day trading or in the investing space. You could be in the working space. You can be in the marriage space. You can be in any space that is literally creating storms for you, where you're like questioning your total existence in that particular space. So I started telling myself, how about we start sacrificing vices? How about we start sacrificing things we run to when things are not going our way? Ooh, put some fire in the chat, beautiful people. Let me tell y'all, when you start running to things that gives you comfort, that basically you start running to your vices. Like with me, if I have a bad day, the first thing I'm doing, I got weed right here on the table right now. I like to be straight up honest. I got weed right here on the table. I'm in a bad trade, and I'm just like, man, y'all got me fucked up. I'm finna start rolling. Listen, and I started realizing, I said, what you actually doing is running from the actual problem and using a vice to be okay with that. Because I say, well, you know what? Let me smoke this L real quick, go back out, reset my mind, and then go come back in a brand new person. And then you come back in the same ass individual because you don't realize you just ran. You just ran and chose the vice over the actual difficult times. And then when I'm out there smoking, I come back, I hear Alex saying, y'all up 1,000 pips. The trade is activated. And it's your zones that you actually personally marked up and you was waiting for, because you was out there on your vices. You was over there on your phone. You was scrolling through TikTok. You was scrolling through Instagram. You done went to Facebook for comfort. Let me tell you, God-inflicted storms are not easy. Because if there was easy, everybody would be moving in a godly way. And I like to bring that in, because first thing first, I challenge you to start agreeing. Can we all agree that God led us here? Like I know he led me here, because I wasn't trying to be in front of a whole bunch of people doing this. I was just trying to get the skill set from Alex. Can we agree? Let's type it in the chat. God led me here. And if you can agree that God led you to a specific place, then there's for a purpose. It's for a reason. There's seasons for it. So if I'm going to sit here and have a voice and have a platform and be up front and lead individuals, let's get the first challenge out today. And let's get an understanding that God has led us here. So when I say God has led me here, I have to stop literally thinking like vices in the middle of the storm. Because if I'm in a God-inflicted storm, I'm not going to stop and smoke weed when God is pushing me to an area that I've never been. He's pushing me to a different comfort zone that is extremely uncomfortable for me right now. You see, so when I start thinking about things that are happening with my daughters, and I start, just to give you guys an update, like, so the doctors hit me up, and there's so much conflicting going on, and they said my daughter's test did not come back right. They said they found some type of different types of brain waves on my daughter's brain that looks more epileptic, and they wanted to prescribe my daughter medications over the phone. I'm just giving y'all like straight up what I'm going through right now. And when they prescribed the medication over the phone, the first thing that hit me was when we left the test, I asked them, did you see, like, she said, well, first thing first, sir, the test looked very normal. I do this all the time, but there's no way I can give you the results over the phone or literally right here, right now. It would take at least 2 weeks for me to give you the results. This is what the lady told me. She said, because your family is leaving out of the country, you guys can schedule an appointment, but if anything pops up, the doctor will call you guys and have you guys come in. The lady left me a voicemail prescribing Keppra for my daughter. And if you ever look up the side effects for Keppra, it is everything that is ungodly. I'm gonna read you guys some of the side effects. And this is it's a no-go. Listen, you're talking about for a 4-year-old daughter. Common side effects: drowsiness, fatigue, dizziness, headaches, irritable, mood changes, loss of appetite, nausea, vomiting, weakness, agitation, aggression, anxiety, depression, hallucination, suicidal thoughts or behavior. That can't be godly. And if this is the first thing that comes out of a doctor's mouth to prescribe for a 4-year-old princess, because see, she don't know my daughter. And that's the key. She don't know this is a pure blood. She doesn't know this is a starseed. She doesn't know this is something blessed by God. This is a gift from God. They don't know. They don't understand. Then you have my parents on the other end, well, specifically my mother. She's a part of the system. She's been bent by the system, and it's indoctrination. So you can't blame her. So she tells me, you're putting the child in danger by not listening to the doctor. And I'm going, who is the doctor? I thought God was the doctor. I thought no weapons formed against us shall prosper. I thought you would understand this more than I would understand this, for the simple fact the doctors are not the same as how the doctors was 30 years ago, 45 years ago, 46 years ago when I was a baby. And you're telling me the doctor said to do this for you and I did everything for you. And look at you now. Mama, that ain't those times no more. So I started thinking like, okay, well, let's go and let's start forming a different opinion. Let's get different results. So I started talking to Noor. Everybody knows Noor. Noor she has an uncle who's a doctor in Germany. So we started talking to the guy in Germany. I'm like chatting with him, and he's totally opposite of what they're telling me. So that immediately shows me that America, if you don't have a relationship with God, they'll lead you into a whole nother toxic, inflicted storm. But that always brought me back to what I do on a daily basis. And I start trying to say, well, what is the purpose of this? What is the reason? Because God is the author. He's the designer. He is the creator of my story. Can we put some fire in the chat? And we can all agree to that? Like he is he is the creator of this design path that we're on right now. And did you know, I realized, I said, God will literally destroy your plans knowing, because he can foresee, because he created the story. He knows the end game. He will destroy your plans because he knows your plans will destroy you. This is what hit me so hard. This is what hits me so hard. He starts saying, like, listen, I see what you're planning. I see what you're doing. I see what you're trying to, you're like, I see what you're cooking. I see what you're cooking. I see it. And that's going to destroy you. So I'm going to intervene. I'm going to intervene. And when I intervene, it's going to demand focus. It's going to demand for you to understand that I led you here. Number one. Number two, It started understanding that. It made me understand this situation. Not only have I started praying to God, but it also understand that God is praying for me also. So when I say this to y'all today, this is what brings me back to confidence. This is what brings that irritable, sticky, icky, unsettled, broken feeling that I had a week ago. I no longer feel that feeling. I'm back into that warrior mode. I'm built for the fight. I'm telling God, like, I know you have led me here. I know you are also praying for me. I also know you will come to me when I'm in my greatest need right now. And this makes me want to cry. I swear for God. Because this is what I'm telling myself to stay strong for my daughters. I swear for God. Like, these are the things that I'm telling myself. So if I'm going through this and I'm ready to put everything on the line, I'm ready to put it all on the line for my baby girl. I'm ready to stop everything and laser focus on this. Because I know God led me here and I know he's praying for me. I know he will come to me when I need. I know he will grow us through this. I know he will see me through it. I know. So I go, why would I not put the same thing for individuals who are struggling, even with just trading? The same thing. So I challenge you guys here today to do what's right in your trading routine. I challenge you guys here today to understand that God has led us to this place to be financially elevated, financially educated, financially motivated. This is a God-led place because this is something that is needed for us to literally change the trajectory of our story currently. Ooh, y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. We still got 23 buffoons in the audience that does not put the thumbs up. We got 23 buffoons in here. Let me say it again. God will literally destroy your plans, knowing that your plans will literally destroy you. So that 6-figure trade, that 5-figure trade, that profitable week, if it's not in the routine of what you have created and it's through bad habits, it means you FOMO'd into a trade and got profits for that day. It was not the routine. You can't count that. I want a 30-day commitment or a challenge for you to say, I'm going to do what's right in my trading journey, meaning I'm going to follow my routine. I'm going to make sure that all of the I's are dotted, all of the T's are crossed. You know what I mean? Like everything is lined up. Everything is lined up when I press the button. And then if I fail at that, I can accept that because everything was by the routine. And you can never make it all right. But that's the correcting and the perfecting phase. Versus creating your own self-inflicted storm when you're already going through a godly storm and you start doing it your own way. Oh, I'm going to make this shit happen today. Oh, I done took a L off and get it right back. That FOMO and that revenge trading, that energy that is created. Let's talk about that energy because I know a lot of individuals, because we only 18 minutes in, beautiful people, and I didn't pierce ears today. Ooh, I didn't pierce ears today because I'm just talking about what I'm going through. I'm just talking about what I'm going through. And I started telling myself, so I have to 30-day myself. I have to create better habits for my daughter. This is for my daughter because I'm not aware of daily, like daily activities of epilepsy or seizures. And for me, when I look at my daughter and I see how she's moving around, it's hard for me to even accept it. So I'm telling myself to ignore it and just understand like God has her, but you can't just ignore something that has to take some actions and some investigation and things like that. So a lot of people start using God without the action plan. And I always tell you guys, praying with no action, that's delusion. And people Christians get upset with me when I say that. And I go, man, listen, if you think God is just some regular smuggler individual that is just waiting for you to literally get your shit together. Let me tell you something. God has an amazing personality. God has he's a comedian. He is everything that you are thinking that he is and more. God said, I led you to a place and all you got to do is do the right thing. But your ass over there, FOMOing in trades, your ass over there over leveraging, your ass over there just pressing the button for no reason. You got zones from a godly individual that gave you zones this morning, and you trading in between those zones and losing your ass. And now you're coming to me crying, weeping, broken. voice shaking. Like, Lord, please just help me. I just need a winning week. I just need something to change. And let me tell you, I've been there. I've spoken like this so many times in my journey. I've spoken like this so many times. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, a few weeks ago, man, I lost like 16 grand. Like, actually, no, a month and a half ago. Damn, it felt like a few weeks ago. That shit still is like stuck on the motherfucker's back right now. That shit felt like the other day. That's been months now. It's been months. But I tell you, that was the last time I felt that broken feeling in trading. And then I was struggling and getting out of that vibration. And then this happened that took me clear off the path of what just happened. And then I started telling myself yesterday, I said, well, you know what? Maybe God made that pivot for me. Maybe God put me in that oversold market, and now I done pivoted up out of there. Now I'm bouncing out that oversold market. Maybe God was I needed the pressure from God to come pick me up and pull me back to the overbought market. Maybe that is the case. Maybe I'm looking for buyers when God is the ultimate buyer, and all I need to do is take my buttocks on his path. And his path is saying, just do what's right. Because every time I pray, I start hearing, just be better. You're doing good. You're on your purpose. You're speaking, you're leading, you're disciplined, you're just be better. A lot of people don't know. I stopped going to the gym. When I took that L. I was just like, I was in that funk. And then that shit happened to my daughter. So I literally just stopped working out. And I realized, I said, the first thing you do in the morning is respect the temple. And now you're just doing a couple push. And imagine, let me say this. I was still doing my push-ups, sit-ups, abs, calisthenics, and all of this stuff in the house. But I wasn't breaking a sweat. How many people are here working out without breaking a sweat? Put some fire in the chat. Put some fire in the chat if you working out right now, but you ain't sweating. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Because let me tell you, if you start putting that temple, start creating that sweat in that temple, that's going to take you past your comfort zone. That means you need to push yourself past different levels of cardio, different levels of muscle reactions and things like that. Like you need to keep blood vessels dilated, pumped up, so your body can start flowing, iron can start moving, vitamins can start going to like deficient areas in the body. So I started praying and asking God for some guidance. Just, you know me, Lord, just lead me in the right direction, point me in the right information, get me in the right lines of some information and words that have been created that can literally give me some type of solution to what my daughter is going through right now. And then I started feeling like sleep, like the Lord was telling me, like sleep. And I don't sleep. Everybody knows I don't sleep like that. I sleep 3 hours, 4 hours. Right now, I'm telling you, I got in last night, 12:30, almost 1 o'clock. West Coast. That means I'm from the East Coast time frame right now. So imagine it's 8:24, 5:24 over here. So he's giving me extra 3 hours to do what's right. So then we started talking to the German doctor, and he says, I'm pretty sure that if I was to do the test, I would do the EEG while she's sleeping to see is the seizures being caused from sleep deprivation. My daughter does not take naps. Imagine, she doesn't take naps. And I've been trying to get her to take naps or get napping in the routine since she was forever. But she don't take naps. So I started thinking, how could a 4-year-old not take naps and have all of this energy? This is godliness. This is her daddy's energy. She can wake up early and run all day. But then it hit me. The brain could be sleep deprived. And this is why the electrical magnetic field is literally getting kind of whacked when the brain is like, yo, we're going to sleep. And because she's 4, she don't know. And then boom, it shuts down. This is what happened. And so I started like coming up and I started looking up the sleep studies. And this is, I'm telling y'all, a week ago. This is before Chicago. This is after the actual EEG. I started looking up all of these things and I started saying, we got to put our baby on a sleep routine. We got to. So in order to put your baby on a sleep routine, that means you have to create a whole nother routine. So I started getting excited about creating a whole nother routine for my baby and then making that routine exciting. Because I can't be sitting here saying, man, how am I going to put it on a routine? Where am I going to find the time? It does not matter if you're on God's time now. This is a light. This is an angel. This is an individual that has not even created purpose. Her purpose is to grow. This is the closest you're going to get to God through children. And if God blesses you with one, man, you have to respect it. You have to be disciplined. You have to sacrifice. You have to be consistent in what you do in front of them because they're like little computers today. Your kids are like little computers today. Then I start going through business traumas and business toxicities where the devil is revealing themselves in all different aspects of my life where I wasn't watching. Now I can see. Because like I told y'all, I started praying that the Lord has led me here. And I understand that this is a godly storm versus a self-inflicted storm. I started understanding that not only am I praying now, but the Lord is also praying for me because he wants me to keep praying because he understands the power of the prayer that when I start speaking and then I start adding actions to that prayer, when I start going out there, I change the game. That's the warrior spirit. That's the slicing the blade with your tongue. So now when I start battling and verbal jousting with these doctors, they don't understand that this is godly energy that is coming out. The questions that I have is from prayer, not from me just doubting you. And this is the difference. And so this is why I stand here with extreme confidence today, being able to speak boldly in this challenge and say, I challenge any and everybody in here right now to just do what's right. Do what's right in your trading routine because you understand that God led you here. You also understand that God has literally is praying for you to make it. God is your biggest fan. God is your biggest supporter. God is your ultimate sponsor. Like, you got to understand, he's praying for you to make it. He's tired of watching you struggle. He's tired of watching it. But he's like that, oh, we down again? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Let's do what's right. Let's do what's right. Let's start correcting and perfecting, and then let's get back to where we're supposed to be. You understand that. You also understand in your worst times. I can give you stories where I was down, I was out, I was locked, I was nowhere to be found. And God come to me. Listen. I've seen him break through brick walls. I've seen him break through bars. I've seen him break through chains and literally just like, let him go. I'll give you guys a story. I had a fugitive from justice charge out of nowhere, coming out of Arkansas. This was 2006, 2007. I'll give you guys a really good story. I was scheduled to fight that weekend, and I think I've told you guys this story, but this is going to be a little bit of little different. I don't even know if I want to tell y'all. Actually, I'll give you guys an even better story. Let's fast forward to 2019. 2019, my son, I yank him out of college because I'm in the conspiracy theory of COVID. I'm already knowing COVID is coming. So I'm telling my sons, listen, like this is going to be a whole little shutdown. It's a whole little pandemic. Everything is going to change. They're going to start sticking all athletes with shots. I want you guys to come home. So at this point, my sons were in college and they were with indoctrinated girls, meaning they was with the left side. So the girls were extremely vocal on the George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter protests and how white people are always going to be haters and racism and all of this shit. So when I brought my sons home, I could see that they were mentally like, whoa, you guys are far away from what I've created. Hold on, we need to do some reshaping. So I took them to Sturgis in 2019. In the middle of the Trump era, 2019 to 2020 is when everything switched. So imagine this, beautiful people. We go to Sturgis, everything works out perfectly fine. My son gets a whole new perception. We there for 10 days. We make a whole bunch of money. My son is also starting to understand that you can allow what you see on TV to inflict a perception on people. You need to get around people and then create your own perception of what you feel white people is, black people is, Asian people is, Mexican people is. Like, you need to get around them. Go and merge yourself in those cultures before you start coming up with a perception and saying, well, white people are racist. This person is this. So I merged them in them. On the way home, let me tell you about, I think I put the one in the chat if you heard me tell the story about the time I was locked up. And then all of a sudden, these guys start telling me that I'm going to be locked up for good. And then I get a video court at 3 a.m. and the judge has a son with Down syndrome. A month before I was fighting in Denver, I signed that kid's shirt. That judge told me, are you the same guy that fought in Denver? You're the same guy that's supposed to be fighting Saturday in Oklahoma? Y'all haven't heard that story? You haven't heard that story? Because it coincides with this story. So imagine, I got in trouble in Oklahoma in 2006. I got locked up almost a week before my fight. And while I was locked up on a fugitive from justice charge, I started praying, because that's the only time I would come to God when I was at my lowest point. Please come save me. Please come help me. Lord, please help me. Whatever I'm doing. I'm a dope boy. I'm a car thief. I'm all of that. My money is promoting all of that. I'm paying for all of this right now with my money. They think they have me, but I'm telling them, no. I ain't got nothing to do with it, because I ain't never did it. I personally never did it. I just sponsored it. Just being straight up. So now I'm locked up a week before my actual fight, and I'm not going to go through all of the details. But I had no bond. I had no way out. I had no court date, no nothing. Then all of a sudden, I'm supposed to weigh in on Friday. Thursday, I started hearing the voice. I didn't hear the voice before. I started hearing the voice. 2006, 2007. I started hearing the voice of God for the very first time, where it started like speaking to me. Be still and know that I am God. Get ready. Be steadfast. Get ready. Like this, I started hearing it. So I'm like doing my push-ups. I'm in my cell. I'm shadow boxing. I'm doing it all. I'm getting ready. I'm doing jumping jack, and they're coming in there. The security guard. Lawrence, sit down. Stop making noise. I'm kicking the wall. I'm kicking the bed. I'm elbowing like I'm getting ready for war. And I hear the voice like, no sleep. Get ready. Get up. Take rest. I lay down. 3 o'clock in the morning, the lights come on. They ask me for my number. I give them my number. They tell me, Lawrence, you coming with us. And I'm like nervous, because they put me in shackle my feet. They shackle my hands. I'm like walking like this at 3 a.m. I got like 7 guards around me. And I'm just like, yo, Lord, I don't know where we going right now. But I know when they take these chains off, I'm like taking people's heads off right now, because if they finna do some fuck shit, like your boy finna be on some fuck shit right now too. So I'm telling y'all, like, dead ass, this is what I was thinking. I was just like, oh man, these motherfuckers finna like play with me right now. So they finna like try to whoop me up, beat me up or some shit like that. But we ain't going down like that. I'm finna bite tracheas. I'm finna pull eyeballs. They have no clue. When the minute they unchain me, I'm finna like take heads off right now. This is my mindset. My baby's screaming upstairs. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Booty. Come. Boy. So imagine this, beautiful people. Imagine this. They bring me into this little room, it's like a classroom, and they sit me in this desk, and then they start taking the chains off of me after they set me down. So it immediately like everything that I was thinking like immediately changed, because now I have to go from a fighting mindset to like, how do I get up so quick to attack without them jumping on my ass when they're sitting around me? And then they bring a TV in front of me, and then they say, you got video court. I said, video court? I thought I didn't have a court date. They said, we thought the same. They cut the TV on. A female judge comes on there, And she goes, Mr. Lawrence, is that you? I go, yes, ma'am. And she goes, are you the fighter, Jesse Lawrence, or you're a different Lawrence? I said, yeah, I'm the fighter. She said, I don't know if you remember me, but do you remember a kid named David? I said, David? Not off the top of my head. She said, well, did you fight a month ago in Denver, Colorado? I said, yes, ma'am. She says, you remember that kid in the front row after that fight? You signed an autograph and gave him a shirt? I said, oh, David. She said, yes. She said, well, that's my son. And he found out that you were supposed to be fighting here in Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, this Saturday. And when I went to look into it, I got all of the news that you were actually in my custody. And as you know, there's no way you can allow your kids to be let down. So I purchased tickets before I knew you were in my custody. And I was looking to get in contact with your trainer to schedule a personal meet and greet with David because he wanted to personally meet you because he made something for you. And I'm like sitting there just like trying to figure out where the hell this is going. So she says, and if I have anything to do with it, and my son's happiness and any power that I have to make sure that he's happy, I'm going to do it. So we're going to make sure that you're fighting on Saturday. And I'm going to release you right now on one condition, that you tell me you still can make weight. You tell me that you're not going to get out today and just take off running. You tell me right now that you're going to show up on Saturday and fight, and I will be there. I'm in there. I said, yes, ma'am. Walk me out right there on the spot. Walk me there on the spot. The warden looked me dead in my eyes and said, I don't know who you are or who you didn't call, but I've been a warden of this penitentiary almost 27 years and ain't never seen nothing like it. So therefore, if I personally ever see you back here again, I'm going to kill you myself. This is the exact same words to what he said to me as I was walking out. I called my trainer. I told my trainer at 4, it was like almost 4:30 in the morning by the time I got released. I told him, I said, yo, you can come get me now. He said, bro, what the hell you got going on, bro? You done broke out? I ain't coming up there. I said, man, they let me out. He said, what you mean they let you out? I said, bro, I couldn't even tell you, but I'm out and I'm ready to go make weight and ready to go fight. Fast forward. 2019. Nothing comes from this situation. I call Oklahoma. Nothing is there. I have no court dates. I have no records. Like nothing is there when I go research it. All you see was the initial arrest. 2019. We do Sturgis. We coming back from Sturgis. I stopped in Wyoming to smoke some weed because I know I got another like 12, 13 hours, 14 some hours before I get to my resting destination, because it was a 24-hour drive from Sturgis, South Dakota to Las Vegas. I got my son with me, I got my partner with me, and I got my secretary with me in my car. I'm going up a hill, and as I'm going up the hill, I got my Trump hat on. I pass the police as I'm going up the hill, and as I'm going down the hill, I see him bust a U-turn at the top of the hill. So I start riding my brakes all the way down. So y'all know that feeling y'all get when y'all see the cop making a U-turn? Y'all put some fire in the chat. Y'all know that feeling that when your stomach just get bubbly real quick. You get butterflies. Like, I hope they're gonna come get me. Like, it's the same feeling you get when you see the tray going wrong and you don't close it. Let me say, that same feeling you get when the tray going wrong and you don't close it, you don't know why you're closing. So you don't even know why you get nervous. I was like, I have I have done no wrong. I'm going 74 into 70, and I'm nervous as hell right now. All of a sudden, I see the cop whipping past other vehicles, and he gets right behind my ass, pulls me over. And I said, man. And to be honest with you guys, at this point, I'm not even using my government right now. I have a whole nother identity right now. I'm not even using my government right now. So shit is finna spark off right in front of my 19-year-old son. Shit is finna go spark. So I start praying, God, lead me. And what God told me was tell the truth, because the truth will set you free. This is exactly what he said. I'm in a position right now where I'm like trying to get an identification. So I only got the paperwork that I'm getting my license, but I don't have my license, because in Nevada, you go get your license. They don't give you your license on the spot. They give you a piece of paper. So I'm traveling with a piece of paper. On top of that, imagine that. Cop comes to my window, knocks on the window, rolls the window down. He said, "Sir, you know why I pulled you over?" I said, "To be honest, no, because I was going 74 when I saw you." He said, "Well, it wasn't for speeding. I noticed you had a red hat on, so I just wanted to see if that was a Trump hat." That's exactly what he said to me. I said, "Oh yeah, it's a Trump hat." He said, "Because I see a lot of you conservatives, but I ain't never seen a black conservative in real life. So I wanted to really know, are you supporting him or are you just wearing that hat?" I said, "Well, what is that supposed to mean? I'm wearing the hat because I support. Like, what does that got to do with anything?" So he said, "Well, step out of the car." Like this. I said, "Well, first of all, officer," he says, do you have any weapons or anything sharp objects in there?" I said, "Well, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I have a knife right here. I have a gun right here. Yes, I do." He says, "Can you take your rings off and step outside the car?" I said, "Of course." I take my rings off, and I'm in the mode of, normally if I'm like by myself, I'll never get out. But because I have my 19-year-old son there, I'm showing him the act of compliance and not allowing a situation to get extended, knowing that I'm the reason why it will get extended, because whatever they're going to see is probably uncertainty, because I'm about to give them my government. And the last time I used my government was in the Oklahoma situation. So the guy asked me, look at this. Just sitting there vibing. So the guy asked me, "Is there anything I need to be worried about?" I was like, "Oh, absolutely not." "So what you got going on?" I tell him exactly what we got going on. We just came from Sturgis. I own my own company. I was just taking my sons from college. I was bringing them here. I want to give them a better perception of what people are versus them thinking that white people are all white supremacists, blah, 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 blah. The guy loved the story, but hates Trump. So he brings me to his car. And I told him, I said, "Sir, I'm not going to sit in the back of your car." He says, "Well, I want to do a personal, I want to run a check on you, but my system, I have to do it from the computer in the car, because I can't do it from here because of the signal of where we are." And we're in the middle of nowhere in Wyoming. We're in the middle of nowhere. So I sit in the front of this officer's car. We're talking politics. He's against what I'm against, and it's okay. And I'm telling him, "Sir, it is okay for you to be against what I'm against. But as a man, we're still men at the end of the day. Politics doesn't make or break us. Like, so whatever decisions you're going to make on a daily basis, I'm not politically basing my decisions off of that. So we can agree to disagree, that we're just on two different sides, and we can keep it pushing." So as he's running my information, I see in the system, because I'm sitting in the front seat, that I have a bench warrant from 2006 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, at the same prison that they literally just let me out over in the middle of the night, where God just released me with this judge. I see it on the screen. So he says, "Man, this just popped up. You know about this?" I said, "Well, that's not even supposed to be in the system, because I could tell you this story and it will blow your mind." He's like, "Well, we don't have time for stories, but you can enlighten me, because I'm not going to be able to take you in, because I don't have cuffs big enough for you right now." And I demanded, I needed 2 cuffs because of my size at that point. I needed 2 cuffs. So the guy calls in backup, and he's getting ready to let me go. He's like, "Well, maybe you can handle this on his own," because he's seeing if there's something that is required for him to take me in, because we're in the middle of Wyoming, and we're also ways away from Oklahoma. So there's not, actually, we're close enough to Oklahoma that the guy is debating to see if Oklahoma will come and get me for this charge that he sees on his computer. So he calls his sergeant. Sergeant pulls up. Sergeant sees my hat. Sergeant says, "Yo, bring this nigga in. Get his ass right now." I swear. They said, "Get his ass, bring his ass in." They brought me in. They drove me an hour from where we was at. I said, "Before we go, let me speak to my son so I can explain to my son what's going on, so my son is not freaked out." The officer goes get my son. I tell my son, I said, yo, baby boy, you remember that Oklahoma situation that I had, and I told you God had the judge come hit me up and then let me go? I said, well, that is in the system now, and they're not understanding that God released me, and they don't understand that. So they think that I just basically did not take care of it. And it shows that I have a bench warrant when I never even went to court for it. I had video court. I was never assigned to a court date. So how could I have a bench warrant when I did video court? But nobody knew because she released me on the spot. So they take me to some random ass little county jail. I'm sitting there. I start praying again. God, you have put me in this position again, whatever the purpose may be. Let me shine your light in this instance, but give me the word, give me the comfort to let me know that this situation is going to be okay. I heard that whisper. He says, we're going to give them 2 hours. So I heard that. I got confident. I said, guys, listen here. I'm in the middle of transitioning from South Dakota to Las Vegas, and I got a whole team with me. I'm going to allow you guys 2 hours to do whatever y'all need to do, and then I'm leaving. And then the lady says, well, sir, I don't know where you get the confidence to say that right there, but we're actually going to book you in right now. I had the Scooby-Doo gulps. I said, what? She's like, oh, yeah, because we sent the fax to Oklahoma and we have not got a response yet. And as long as we don't have a response, you are a fugitive to justice and you have a bench warrant in Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we're going to hold you and lease it till Monday morning. This is exactly what the lady told me. I said, ma'am, whatever you're saying, I'm not even listening. Y'all got 2 hours. They take me in the back. They do another mug shot. They try to fingerprint me. I refuse fingerprint. So from fingerprinting, and once you refuse fingerprint, they get hella aggressive with you. And then they try to give you the TB shot. They try to give me the tuberculosis shot. And I'm like refusing the shot. So now they basically put me in isolation. So now they put me in isolation. I'm sitting in isolation. I start praying. I'm like, Lord, lead me, guide me, give me answers. I come to you again in this sunken place that I told you I'll never come back, but I'm here. So if we're waiting 2 hours, I'm going to patiently wait those 2 hours. I banged on my door, my cell door. I asked the guy who was walking by and sweeping. I banged on the door. I said, bro, y'all got food? Because I was exhausted. I said, so at least I can just go to sleep for 2 hours, but I was hungry. I said, bro, y'all ain't got no peanut butters and jellies back there? Y'all ain't got no grilled cheese and nothing back there? Like, what y'all got back there, bro? I know you got something. You got some apple juices or you got some fruit. You got something. Go give me something, bro, because they just locked me up and they didn't give me nothing, bro. I've been on the road traveling from the morning, and it is like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I've been traveling since 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm high. I'm high. So I'm just like, yo, go give me some food. The guy goes to the back, says there's nothing back there. He comes back, and then he asks me directly to my face. He says, you're not a kickboxer, are you? And I look up like this. I go, never fails. Never fails. Never fails. I said, yeah, I'm a kickboxer. I used to be a kickboxer in my heyday. He said, man, I think I used to watch you, man. You used to fight for Chuck Norris, right? I said, yeah. He was like, I think I came to one of your fights, man. I think I seen a couple of your fights. And I was like, well, that's amazing. He was like, so what you in here for? So I tell him the situation. I said, man, they said they faxed something to Oklahoma, but Oklahoma never got back to him. And he was like, well, I'm finna go clean the office right now. I'll go check the fax machine. It's like 45 minutes into this journey of the 2 hours. I lay down. The guy comes back. He says, we ain't got no food in the back, but I found you this. So he had a little cup of fruit cocktail and a carton of milk. And I don't drink milk like that. So I started eating the fruit cocktail, laid back down. I heard the voice. Get up. Get up and make the bed. Get up and make the bed and get ready. So I started folding the mattress that they gave me. I started folding up the sheets that they gave me. I started folding everything up. And the guy that's looking at me on camera, he says, he gets on the speaker, Lawrence, what are you doing? What are you doing? I said, I'm finna get ready to go. It's an hour and 47 minutes. I told y'all have 2 hours. At an hour and 52 minutes, the maintenance guy comes back and he says, I got good news. I just finished cleaning that room. And I thought he was gone. You see how you're in the trade and you have uncertainty in the trade and you don't really know if the trade is going to go your way. So you cut it and then it goes your way. So almost from 47 minutes of being locked up, I see this guy, I talk to this guy, and then an hour and 52 minutes have went by and he comes back. And I have no faith that the guy is coming back. And when I see the guy, I get excited. And the guy comes to me and he says, I got the fax off the machine and I gave it to the lady up front. They finna let you go, bro. 2 hours on the dot, beautiful people. 2 hours on the dot. 2 hours on the dot. Let me tell you, I BS you not, I bullshit you not, I swear for God. 2 hours on the dot. The lady had the biggest stank face I've ever seen in my life. And I said, ma'am, I told you. Oklahoma sent back that all charges has been dropped and we are no longer pursuing the inmate that you have in your custody so you can release him. This is what the paper stated. And I drove around with that paper. For years. Just in case I ever got pulled over, I would show them that paper because in the system, that was the only thing that kept popping up was the Oklahoma situation because that was the only thing that God has ever just kind of like pulled me out of where there was no closure there. So in the system, they don't understand why there's no closure. They don't understand why there's no closure, you see? So when you're losing and you're not profitable in this trading industry, you don't understand why there's no closure. The only reason why there's no closure because you're not understanding that God has led you here. God was also praying for you. God also came to you. God also forced you to grow, forced me to transform, forced me to transition to a better version of myself, forced the transformation, forced the uncomfortable to get comfortable so I can start moving to higher planes and move into higher levels and getting into bigger rooms and doing bigger things. And then Lord said, if I brought you to it, I can see you through it. So then I started realizing like, he's always been with me. He ain't never left me. He ain't never forsake me. So therefore, there's no weapons formed against me shall prosper. So the action plans from that day forward had to be more than just, I'm just trying to move around and just stay out of everybody's way. I'm just trying to stay out of the law's way. I'm just trying not to get in trouble. I'm done hiding. I'm done just slithering around, just trying to not be noticed. I'm done with that I'm done with that lifestyle. Let's bring the government back out. Let's stand on 10 toes down. Let's start speaking boldly. This is when I got on social media. And within weeks of being on social media and just telling my story, I blow up. I'm telling you straight up. My salesman passed me on the side of the road with me in cuffs and thought that I got caught with marijuana because I always travel with it. This is real life stories. And I'm telling you, I'm done speaking to God when I'm at my bottom. Now I'm at the top. And I'm speaking to God as if I'm on my bottom because I'm humbled. I'm more than humbled at this point in my life. And I'm listening and I'm opening and I'm ready for a new transformation, a new transition. I might not like it. I might not understand it, but it's not for me to understand because I have to understand it. God led me here. It's not for you to understand. Lean not on your own understanding. Somewhere it says that. I love you guys. I love you guys. And so I challenge you here today. I challenge you guys. I wrote it down. I challenge you guys to go the extra mile while you're trading. Go that extra mile. Be a good shepherd to yourself. Be a good servant to yourself. Start showing up early versus showing up late. Be more helpful. These are the challenges. You can't help everybody if you can't even help yourself. Learn how to pivot from rejection. Understand this, beautiful people, because I'm telling you, if he had already made it away and already brought you here and already brought you through trials and tribulations that bring you right here, you got to start understanding that to be a disciple, that you have to learn how to follow. You need to learn how to become more valuable. You need to learn how to leave it all right there in prayer and then do the extra, do the leg work, do the action plan. So when you have a trading routine, when you have a mindset of disciplines and things that you're not going to do, and then you consistently keep doing them, it's because there's a lack of presence of God and there's no discipline there. So therefore, there's no repercussions and consequences to your actions in this particular industry. Because you know you can just press the button again. You know you can just press the button again. Do the leg work, beautiful people. Do the leg work, beautiful people. The small wins into the big wins, the compounding, and understanding that if you have the proper mindset and start thinking that you're just going to get rich overnight, because this is just like a gambling, you can become addicted to the actual energy and the dopamine that trading creates, and you're just a gambler. You're no different than the guy that is playing poker. You're no different than the guy that's playing blackjack. You're no different than the guy that's playing like roulette. You're no different. But this is strategic. This is a skill set. This is a lucrative skill set that can change your life. It can change your children's life. It can change your children's life. It can change my baby girls, or sons' lives. I'm telling you. But you got to understand that he led you here. He's praying for you to make it. He's praying for you to succeed. He's praying that you make it. And then he's going to come to you while you're making it and say, great job. Great job. Great job. He's gonna grow you into the individual that is a profitable trader, that is a seasoned investor, that is breaking generational curses in your life. He is going to grow you into that individual, and that individual does not happen overnight. That individual happens over time, because growth is painful. So you're going to go through pain. You're going to go through turmoil. You're going to go through trials and tribulations. And guess what? If he brought you to it, he can see you through it, beautiful people. You got to have that faith. You got to have that faith. So I challenge you guys for the next 30 days to just do what's right in your trading routine. Whatever your trading routine is, let that be whatever it may be. But I challenge you to slow down and literally do what's right. What's up, baby? I'm cold. You cold? I'm cold. Mm-hmm. Yeah? You want to go to the couch? Yeah. I got you, baby. I got you, mama. This is real deal. So I'm going to leave you guys with that today. Make the rest of your day the best of your day, beautiful people. We got 3 minutes. I'm telling you, I spoke a word to y'all today. I don't know where, like I said, I can only speak on my own, you know. I can only speak on my own story. And I just understand that most people that are aligned with me are in my frequency and my vibration. So I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. And I hope this penetrated the right individual. This is me planting proper seeds in the proper soil, so therefore we can get proper harvest, beautiful people. And like I told you guys, that broken spirit of mine is no longer there. And the warrior of this industry, the warrior of this journey between me, Genesis, and doctors is we're with it. They don't realize. They don't realize, but they're gonna realize today. We have another appointment today. So I'm excited. For the verbal jousting. I'm excited. So I love you guys. Y'all make the rest of your day the best of your day. This is beautiful people.